Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Funeral Home Success Show. Today, I want to go over a new tool from Google. It is called Google My Business Insight. This is pretty neat. This new dashboard gives you wealth of critical information about your Google directory listing. For example, how many people are calling you, visiting your website, and you really get to know the effectiveness of your offline and online marketing campaigns, and obviously ways you can generate more cases from your business listing. It'll give you quite a bit of clues about this. So before I deep dive into the dashboard, where is it tracking, right? It is tracking your Google listing, your Google directory listing. So for example, if people are on Google Maps, whenever they search for your business name, this is the Google listing here. And this is the dashboard I'll be sharing with you is tracking this. And people can also find it once you are ranked in local search. If somebody is looking for Miami funeral homes, and if you're highly ranked in the map results here, then people will be interacting with this local listing here as well. And obviously, if they're on Google Maps, they will, if they see you there, interact with your listing, then you can track that as well. So overall, this Google New Insight tool is to track the interaction, the results you're getting from your Google local listing. So let's go over how can you access data. First of all, just go to google.com/business and click on sign in. Once you go in there, on the left-hand column here, click on Insights. Once you go in there, you will see on the right-hand column, you can keep scrolling down for a lot of information here. So let's digest some of the most critical things that you should be looking at. First of all, let's look at the pie chart. The pie chart shows how customers search your business. How are they finding this business listing here? There's direct and discovery. Direct are those who most likely know you already. Maybe for offline marketing, could be referral. They go on Google, they type in your business name or your address. Discovery are those who don't even know you yet. Right? They type in, for example, Miami funeral homes, and your listing is showing up on Google. Okay. So this to me is those who already know you or from your offline marketing or referrals. And this is totally new traffic coming in. So this is a quarter's worth of data. Obviously, not all of these will be calling you. Okay, so let's deep dive a little bit more. Then Google reveals to you the keywords that are driving the searches here for your business. So you can see here the most heavily searched keyword over here are funeral homes, Miami funeral homes, and then obviously the brand-based keyword, your funeral home name. So this is pretty interesting, right? Just to make sure that you're showing up for the critical keywords you want to be ranked in your local search. Okay, cremation services, funeral homes, those type of keywords. Then let's deep dive in here. As you can see, listing on search and listing on maps. Okay, so what's the difference between listing on search and listing on maps? Listing on search is the search engine results. If somebody searched for your business name and interacted with the knowledge panel on the right-hand side, this is your local listing, then it will attribute it to listing on search. And also, if you're ranked in local search, somebody type in Miami funeral homes, and you're showing up on here, it will count as one listing on search. And if you're showing up on maps, especially on mobile devices, that's how people are finding you, then it will count as listing on maps, right? So for this particular funeral home here, they are pretty equal on both search and maps. That's great. So let's deep further down. Not all these searches and map searches will turn into phone calls or interactions. So if we look at this is the true data I'm looking for, is the customer actions. Once they found you on search and on map listing, what are they doing? And this is something that could be easily quantifiable. Is you can see there's total of 951 interactions in a quarter. There's 447 people visiting the site, 287 requesting directions, and 217 that turned into a phone call. Right? All these are pretty good. Right? But let's deep dive again further into visit your website. On desktop, if they found you right doing a Google search, from there they can easily hit website that attribute to visit your website. Or on mobile device, once they found your directory, they can hit website. So on desktop and on mobile, that's how they can end up on your website. Next is request for directions. Same thing. On desktop, they can hit directions, and on mobile devices, they can hit directions to come into your funeral home. That will be counted as request directions. But ultimately, it's calls, right? We want to track the phone calls. On desktop, there's no way to track the phone calls. Okay. But on mobile devices, there's a way to track phone calls, right? Because they're using their mobile device. So once they hit this, it automatically dial, then it will be attributed to the calls. Okay. And this is the only thing Google would track, right? Most likely, if they go on your website, they will be calling you as well. This is only one metric that Google can track, but that's still quite a bit, right? 217 calls just from your local listing. That is a lot, right? Just from local listing. Okay, so that's pretty interesting data here. And for those 217 calls, you get to see which day of the week that you're getting more calls for. In photo views, this is very interesting. Photo views for death care industry. Why do people care about photos? Once they found your directory listing, people do look at the photos, right? So you got to have more photos. This is a way for them to get to know you a little bit more before they call you or before they go on your website. So if you look at this example here, you is the interaction of your photos inside the directory. This is like you, only 9,000, and this particular example has 16,000. So this just means the more picture you put on your website, put on your directory listing, the more interaction, the more trust, the more likely people are going to call you. So even though for the death care industry, people think, hey, photos aren't important, they are. So put pictures of your staff, put pictures of your facility, right? Exterior, interior, waiting area. If you still, yeah, those are good pictures to put on there. Okay, so this is pretty neat, right? Now, finally, in the past, there's no way to track the effectiveness of the result coming from local listing on Google. And most likely, once you're highly ranked in local search, then the phones will start ringing. You'll start to get more calls or people visiting your website. So this is pretty neat. So look at your data and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.